Hey everyone, you made it to Friday once again. If you hear anything in the background, I apologize. That's my son. I'm upstairs in my office. I've got the door closed, but you never know what's going on with kids these days. They are trapped at home just like we are with nothing to do. And unfortunately, video games is his social life at this point, which I'm going to continue to encourage. All right, I just want to go over a few things with you all this week. First of all, don't forget the Vacay Hooray vacation sale that we have going on through Sunday. We technically have until midnight to get everything handled. However, be considerate of me and know that I quit working on Sundays. I don't typically work on Sundays, but if you're ready to book, I'll take a moment and I will come take care of your booking. But let's try to do it before 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But this is for all land-based vacations. There are certain vendors that I have to use, so and there is some fine print to it. But you can get up to $150 rebate on your vacation, which is a great savings. The way that will work is we will mail you a check after you have traveled. The reason for that is simple. We just want to make sure that you're actually going to take the trip before we invest the money in you. So I also want to let y'all know that this week there was an order issued where there is a mask mandate now that is a law, whereas used to only the airplanes were having to enforce it. Now it is a law on all public transportation. That's going to be your planes, trains, and of course, I think in that movie, planes, trains, and automobiles, but it's not automobiles. It's planes, trains, and I guess it would be an automobile if you're in a taxi or an Uber, and buses. So keep that in mind. Of course, you cannot have any valves like the ventilation valves that are on the side that some like to have, or any slits, and it does have to cover your nose and mouth. So be sure that you're traveling safely. I know what the media is reporting right now that everything's doom and gloom, but what we are seeing is that cases are dropping. So you can go to COVID Tracker Project. I don't know if it's covidtrackerproject.com, but just Google COVID Tracker Project, and you can look for yourself and see the numbers. Another thing that was announced this week, as a matter of fact, it was just announced yesterday. Canada has closed their borders to all seagoing vessels that have more than 10 people in them. So that's not good for the cruise industry. We have not heard a response from the cruise industry yet because I do film this on Thursday instead of Friday. So if there is an update, I will put it below. And I thought I had that on silent. But anyhow, that's my son texting me. But I will put it below if there are any updates. And we're waiting to see what the cruise industry is going to say about the Alaska season this year. Not sure because I think they could get around this whole hitting Canada thing because they only hit Canada in one port, and that's Vancouver. And the only reason they hit that, I get a lot of complaints from people because of the fact that, gosh, we're only in Vancouver for 4 hours. Well, the only reason they're hitting Vancouver is because of the Jones Act, so that they can avoid paying some fines. So I don't know if they're going to find a way around that and save the Alaska season or not yet, but I will keep you updated. I'm going to tell you about something that happened this week. I'm hesitant to call out the company, but you can go on betterbusinessbureau.com and you can look it up yourself. But what happened was kiwi.com, which is a online travel agency that a lot of people like to use to book flights. I think they only handle flights. I'm not 100% positive, but they have been, during this pandemic, we saw that they have been called out by the Better Business Bureau as being non-responsive on air refunds. During all this, the airlines have been great to work with as far as either issuing refunds or giving you a future travel credits to travel within, I think most of them are like through 2022 now. Some are the end of 2021, but anyhow, they just keep extending that. So that is one good reason, guys, that you want to use a trusted travel advisor. And notice I say a trusted travel advisor, because you don't want to book your trip, especially during all this, with a fly-by-night hobbyist, is what we call them in the industry, where they handle a trip here and they handle a trip there, and it's no big deal. You want a professional who knows what they're doing, who's staying on top of everything. So call me. I can help you with that. As depressing as my job gets some days, sorry, that's my son again. As depressing as my job gets some days, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm here for you. I'm looking out for you. I got your back. So call me. I will let you know that the newest perk at a hotel, whether it be an all-inclusive or your embassy suites, is the included COVID test. And I will let you know that the government is looking at requiring domestic negative COVID test to fly as well. So the travel industry is, of course, fighting that because it's not 100% and there are some faults in it. And but let's see, we don't know what's going to happen. We're still up in the air. But let's stay positive. Let's make it one more week because one more week means we're one more week closer to being done with this. And if you do feel like traveling and you are ready to travel, I'm going to Mexico at the end of March. Come with me. I'd love to have you come with me. We've got a small group going to Elegance, Majestic Elegance Costa Mujeres, which is just north of Cancun. We'd love to have you. Prices are great. You can't beat the pricing right now. And that's going to be the end of March. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And y'all have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.